What's up, guys? I got a just for fun match here for you with a friend of mine from the New Seeker forums. I'm helping him test out his monotype poison team, and so it's a really fun match. So hope you stick around. And first, he sends out his Crobat, and I send out Metagross. And it's an interesting matchup, and I'm thinking, okay, he's probably going to want to put me to sleep, and I'm just hoping, um, obviously, that it misses. But I go for the Bullet Punch to try and get some damage in, and it doesn't miss, and so I'm asleep. So that's a bad start for me. So I send in Protavius, my Skarmory, and he goes for Super Fang, and I was really surprised at how much damage that did, and that it wasn't not very effective. I was wondering what type it would be, so I looked it up on Smogon, and of course I realized I'm an idiot, and it just does half the damage of the current HP. So after that, I go for Spikes, and he goes for Super Fang again, and I go for another layer of Spikes. And he goes for the Confuse Ray to get me confused. It's just a smart idea. And I go ahead and use Roost because obviously he doesn't have much any other attacks that will do much to me, I guess, or else he would have been using them. So that's good. I'm back up to full hit points. He switches out to his Drapion, and I go for another layer of Spikes here. So I've got my third layer up. And now I'm set to try and whirlwind it away. He goes for Ice Fang, and not going to do anything barely. I'm confused. I do hurt myself, which is unfortunate. But I'm still in pretty good shape here. And he hits me with another Ice Fang. Not going to do that much. And I hurt myself again. So now I'm getting a little bit worried here. But I figure I still should be alright. He switches out. He goes to Venusaur, and I go for Roost here. And I snap out of my confusion there, which is nice. And so he comes to Venusaur, and I'm wondering what it's going to try and do. There's different sets that he could be running, and he goes for Leech Seed. So I'm thinking that it might be a substitute Venusaur or something. But anyway, I just whirlwinded away, and I brings out Weezing, and I was predicting the Will-O-Wisp, and for some reason I just didn't pull the trigger on going out to Metagross to absorb that. Anyway, so he Will-O-Wisp, I whirlwind him away. Out comes Venusaur, and I'm still getting zapped by Leech Seed, and I'm also burned, so that is constantly wearing down my HP with that and the Leech Seed. So I'm thinking the best move is probably to switch out here. So I go out to my Jirachi, and he gets either a really, really good prediction, or he doesn't really have any other moves that are going to do anything to my Protavius Skarmory. Either way, it works out good for him. And I go for Body Slam, and he goes for Substitute. So now I think about this for a while, because it looks like that may have did around a quarter his damage. So I'm really wondering whether or not I'm going to be able to break the sub, because if not, I could be in some big trouble here, because I don't know what kind of other moves he may still have. So anyway, I go for the Body Slam, and I do break the sub, which is really nice. And I noticed that he goes for Leech Seed again, so either he really doesn't have a move that's going to do anything to me, or, maybe it's just another poison attack or something. I'm not sure, but so now he switches out to his Weezing, and I hit him with Body Slam. I get the Parahax, which is nice. Unfortunately, Jirachi is still seated, so he's going to be recovering health from that. So now my next step is to switch out to my Sleeping Metagross to take the Will-O-Wisp that I predicted was coming. And I'm sleeping. He uses Payback, which does almost nothing. Goes back out to Fangs, and still asleep, and he uses Super Fang, so I know now, because of checking Smogon, that it's going to do half of my current HP. Then he goes for Confuse Ray, and then I wake up, and I hurt myself on the very first hit, so that really sucks. But he goes for another Super Fang, and I'm confused, and I get up Stealth Rock, which is an important part of my team, so I was glad I was able to do that. And I was going to explode right here and just take him out, but I hit myself again, so that didn't happen. So here I go to my Jirachi, and he goes for hypnosis, which luckily misses, and I get a substitute up. So he goes for pursuit, which is not going to break my sub, and I go for body slam, trying to get the parahacks, and I get it. So I know I'm going to be faster now. So I go for swagger, and so now he's para confusion, and so he is going to have a 25% chance to attack, and he does, which still doesn't break my sub, which I was a little surprised of, but I go for psych up, so now I have +2 attack. He goes for a third pursuit that will take out my substitute, and now though, since he snapped out of his confusion, I'm going to hit him again with swagger, so now he's at +4 attack, but he's still confused, so he hurts himself in his confusion, which is going to allow me to get up substitute. And he withdraws out to wheezing, and I make my sub here. And now, since he's already paralyzed, I'm going to go for swagger again to get the parafusion. And that works. And so now he's confused, and he hurts himself in his confusion. And so now my next move is to hit him with a +2 body slam and just see what kind of damage it's going to do. He switches back out to Drapion, but now I have Stealth Rock and 3 layers of spikes up, which is going to do a good chunk of damage. And the +2 body slam will take him out. So that's really sweet. I still got my sub. I'm still at +2. I got a couple of his pokes paralyzed. And back out comes Wheezing, so I'm going to hit him with the +2. Even though he's not confused, I'm figuring I can 2-hit KO him. He uses payback, doesn't break my sub. I was surprised at how many times my sub was able to survive. But I go for another body slam, and nope, doesn't take him out. So he goes for another payback, and my sub is broken there. So now I'm thinking about what I should do here, but he gets Black Sludge, I get Substitute, and my leftovers, and he gets paralyzed and can't move, so that's good for me, and that allows me to use Body Slam to finish him off. And down goes Wheezing. So now I got my sub up again, I'm getting leftovers recovery, I'm looking like I'm in pretty good shape. Out comes Roserade, and it's hurting by the Stealth Rock and Spikes. He goes for Energy Ball, which is not very effective and doesn't break the sub. And then I hit him with the Body Slam, which does take him out. And next comes back in Fangs, and is hit by Stealth Rock. Goes down, and he sends out his Toad's Kiss. Takes 25% from Stealth Rock, and I go for the Body Slam to get him paralyzed. He's not paralyzed, but he goes for Air Slash and breaks my sub, but I'm not all that worried, so I go for Substitute again, and he goes for another Air Slash, which I know is not going to break my sub. It's not very effective, so and then I'm just going to hit him with another Body Slam, which I know will take him out. And down he goes. So now I know he's only got one Pokemon left, and I got my +2, I got my substitute up, and he's going to take all kinds of damage coming in, and +2 Body Slam on Venusaur. Let's see. Yep, it does take him out. So that was the end of the game, a very good game. And thanks for watching, guys, and please like and subscribe.